You ever rehearse a conversation that hasn't happened yet? Not the dramatic ones, not the speeches you give in the mirror, the small ones, the reasonable ones, the conversations you rehearse just in case.
We need to talk.
You practice the opening line,
We need to talk.
then the safer opening
evening.
line,
It's a pleasure to be
then
here.
the version where you
I
sound
understand
calm,
your frustration,
fair, and
but I want
emotionally
to assure you
insured.
that we are taking
You
this
rehearse
matter
what you'll
very
say,
seriously.
how you'll say it, and how you'll say it if they react badly, if they react a little badly, if they say nothing at all. We call this thinking things through, being prepared, being mature. I call it something else. You rehearse conversations in the shower, in the car, while brushing your teeth like it's a legal defense.
And you were the one who said
You
wouldn't
replay
go
imaginary
there.
arguments with people
Remember
who
that?
aren't there. You interrupt them perfectly. You land the
Is your
point.
counter-argument
You win
for the
every
truth?
time. Very impressive. Then the real moment comes, and you hesitate. Because you didn't practice speaking. You practiced safety. You practiced how not to escalate, how not to upset, how not to be misunderstood, how to keep the temperature of the room slightly below conflict. At some point, the rehearsal replaces the event. You don't notice when it happens. It just feels responsible. So you rehearse again, with better wording, with more empathy, with fewer needs. Eventually, you rehearse silence too, the pause before the sentence. The sentence you decide not to say, the nod that replaces honesty. I don't call this overthinking. I have a word for this. Self-domestication. The slow training of the animal to obey before the whip appears. To lower its voice before anyone asks. Rehearsal is perfect for that. Because it feels active, it feels intelligent, it feels like progress. But what it actually trains is delay. You're teaching your body that expression is dangerous and containment is skill. You don't become articulate. You become careful. You don't become confident. You become pre-approved. You start editing yourself before anyone else gets the chance. And one day, something strange happens. When the moment finally arrives,
What do you think, Friedrich?
when someone actually asks what you think, you feel empty, not calm. Empty. You already had the conversation. You already spent the emotion. You already resolved it. Alone.
Let me just rehearse it one more time.
You don't need an audience anymore. You censor yourself automatically. That's the real cost. Here's a useless question. Who exactly are you rehearsing for? If you keep rehearsing conversations that never happen, you won't become better at speaking. You'll become excellent at silence. And silence, practiced long enough, starts to feel like a personality. If this hit a little too close, you know what to do. Like the video, I will pretend it was spontaneous.